So recreational cannabis sales are booming in Maryland and are expected to exceed what lawmakers forecasted. But in Virginia, it is a bit of a different story. Starting January 1st, retail sales of marijuana should have started in the Commonwealth after lawmakers passed the Cannabis Control Act in 2021. But here we are, years later, there still isn't a retail market for cannabis. Our Rafael Sanchez-Cruz is here to break down what this means for Virginians. Rafa.
Yeah, Lorenzo, let's make one thing clear. There is not a retail market for cannabis in Virginia, and there won't be one on January 1st. In 2021, the General Assembly did pass the Virginia Cannabis Control Act, but the General Assembly has failed to advance legislation to create a marijuana adult use market. However, there is one important change that is happening at the start of 2024. Virginia's medical cannabis program will transition from the Board of Pharmacy over to Virginia's Cannabis Control Authority. That agency was created specifically to focus on regulating cannabis in the Commonwealth. Experts are telling us that this change won't have a huge impact on the day-to-day life of cannabis patients. Tonight, I spoke to J.M. Pedini with NORML, the organization that advocates for the reform of marijuana laws for both medical and non-medical use, who says not having a legal market for adult use cannabis is fueling the illicit marijuana market.
Yeah, this is really frustrating for Virginians right now. It's entirely typical for there to be some amount of time between the date that legalization takes effect in a state and the date that retail sales can begin, but 3 years is far too long. What we've seen in Virginia in this time frame is an explosion of the illicit market, arguably exacerbated by the absence of retail sales.
Sources are telling us that Virginia lawmakers do plan to introduce cannabis legislation in the upcoming session that is set to start on January 10th. Governor Glenn Youngkin hasn't taken a clear stance on the issue, but in the past, members of its administration have reportedly said that the Republican governor is not interested in legalizing adult recreational marijuana. Lorenzo.
All right, so we'll see how much progress they make during this next session. Rafa, thank you.